craving it, so I'm gonna be wired. What is up, my Lumpias? It's Vanessa and welcome back to the channel. Oh, there. I put those lights on. It looks so dark. Today's video is very exciting. And it's springtime and it's also wedding season. I got married at the end of April, which is next month. Like crazy. Mitch and I will be married for a year. But before we get started, I just wanted to remind you to make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. It seems like a small thing for you guys, but it makes a huge difference to me. So if you can do that, that would be awesome. Mitch got me addicted to rock stars and I really like this flavor. It's the silver ice. It tastes like a freezy or something. I just realized I shouldn't be having like an energy drink this late, but I'm just craving it, so I'm gonna be wired. So today's video, we're gonna be talking about a topic that comes up a lot and a lot of people ask questions about, and that's about bridesmaids' dresses. Honestly, I think that's one of the most fun parts, but again, it could be a little bit stressful because there's so many different perspectives about it, and I'm just gonna share my personal experience as well as the cheapest places to get a dress. We're gonna start with the bridesmaid's dress. Picking a style. Before it used to be, it has to be the same color, but different style. That's still being done today. Bridesmaid's dresses now, I've seen different colored palettes. I've seen where every bridesmaid has a different dress. My wedding, because it ended up just being my maid of honor, but what we did is everyone had the same style, but different shades of the color. Because 2 bridesmaids wore a light purple, 2 bridesmaids have more of a darker purple, and Army is wearing like a mauvey gray. So there's all these different possibilities, which is great because then it makes it much easier to shop for a bridesmaid's dress. Back in the day, there were like only certain places you can get a bridesmaid's dress, which is like the bridal shop store where people get their wedding dress. There's like the boutiques, but there's also Laura's, David's Bridal, all that kind of stuff. But now, with fast fashion, lots of online options, it's crazy because like bridesmaids dresses from the traditional boutiques, they're a little bit expensive. They're like around $200-ish a person. And either way, if you're a bride paying for bridesmaids dresses or you're having your bridesmaids buy a dress, I'm gonna go into 3 stores that I looked into for my bridesmaids dresses, and I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons for each one, and then you decide what's best for you for your wedding. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is the classic David's Bridal. So David's Bridal, obviously they have a bunch of stores all over the country. They also have an online store. So the good thing about David's Bridal is that you can go in store and try on the dresses themselves, and they can order it in for the certain color that is needed. That way you can also have all your bridesmaids there to try on the dresses, see how they look all together, how it looks on them. They can choose their style, whatever the case may be. That's the best thing about it. The cons with David's Bridal is that compared to the other 2 stores that I'm going to talk about, there's very limited styles. The second thing that is a con is that I think it's the most pricey out of the 3 stores I'm talking about today. I don't know why. I think it's because it is a bridal store, so the prices are upped a bit. They range from about $150 to $200 or plus actually, depending on what style you get. And that's before alterations. And the thing with David's Bridal as well is that it's the standard dress size. So obviously if you have to take it in with your waist or with your height, then you have to get it altered. To spend that much and then do alterations on a dress that you're not necessarily gonna wear. One of those things like you don't think you're gonna wear it ever again. But at the end of the day, if they have the dress style or color that you're looking for, if you wanna have the in-person experience, then David's Bridal is the way to go. The second store that I'm gonna talk about is Lulu's. So Lulu's, they have a bunch of different things. I think they also have clothing now, but before they were known for their dresses. Back in the day, to get a nice dress, you have to go in store somewhere. Like, we didn't really trust online shopping. Now it's like the it thing. And not only just for like streetwear fashion, but like for weddings as well. So Lulu's was like the top place for that. Lulu's is known for being like cheaper in price, which is really good. They also have expensive dresses as well. But it's basically like an online shop, and they're known for like their cheaper wedding dresses. They have a lot of styles, they have a lot of colors. It's fantastic. The reason why I personally didn't go with Lulu's was that they had a lot of styles, but it was very kind of the same type of silhouette for some reason, like kind of like skinny, very like fitted like silk type of material. It's pretty good if you're looking for like maybe a palette of colors. I had a palette of purple, but mind you, I wanted the same style. And with my bridesmaids, I have all different types of body types with my bridesmaids. Like some have bigger boobs, some have a bigger butt, some are shorter, some are really tall. So I wanted a style that would fit all of them. And on Lulu's, I just felt like none of them met a style for all 5 of my bridesmaids. So that just wasn't the way to go. But if you're looking for something like cheap, I would definitely recommend Lulu's. The last store that I'm going to talk about is the store that I actually got my bridesmaids to order from was Azazie. It's an online store again, not in person. I recommended this in a past video for wedding tips, and that is to join a Facebook group with fellow brides, because if you have a question about something, like where did you get your bridesmaids dresses, like a lot of people ask that, and one of the recommendations was Azazie. I didn't ask it, I just saw it in a post and someone recommended Azazie, so I went to that website, and I personally thought Azazie had the best dresses for our wedding, like how I saw it, because we were getting married somewhere very rustic and classic, so I wanted them to have kind of like a whimsical type look. I had a very certain look in mind and I just didn't see it, and I wanted certain shades of purple, and with all the other sites I saw, I didn't see enough shades of purple for the same style dress. It was either like 1 shade or 2 shades, and it just didn't work, so Azazie was it. The great thing I loved about Azazie is, number 1, they have a bunch of colors. A bunch of colors. Like, they had at least 50 different colors. I know, it's crazy. The thing with the coloring is that you're not really sure, because a lot of them are very similar. Like, they're just a shade off from each other. So the great thing about Azazie is, I personally didn't do this, but you can actually order swatches. I think it comes in like a pack of like 5 for like $9 or something. You can get the swatches, so that way you see the actual material, you can see the color, and you can kind of pick and choose the colors, which is really great personally, because I know some brides are really picky about the color. Like, I'm one of those, so, which is very surprising that I didn't get the swatches, but because it was like shades of purple for me, it was fine. But if you're going with one color, for example, then you probably want to be even more picky about it, so I recommend the swatches. The second thing about Azazie that I love about it is that they do custom sizing, which was music to my ears at no extra cost. I know, it's amazing. So what I got my bridesmaids to do, they asked for certain measurements, and they give a little like chart of like where to measure or how to measure it. So I sent that to my bridesmaids. I told them to send it to me because I ordered all the dresses. Because it was COVID at that time, I'm like, I'm gonna get the dresses. I just want to be the one responsible for it. It will all come to my place in one package, one and done. It ended up working out great. The custom sizing, at least it could, for the most part, fit. You just need to make sure you're measuring correctly. And that worked for like most of my bridesmaids, which was amazing. So that saves them money right there. With Azazie as well, I just want to mention though, with the custom sizing, if you do end up doing the custom measurements, you cannot return the dress. So if you get a standard size, you can return it within a certain time frame. But if you do custom, it's non-refundable, nada. So you got to be sure that you're getting the dress. But in terms of pricing, I think Azazie's in the middle. It's not as cheap as Lulu's. I find Lulu's was the cheapest. Azazie is like in the middle. It could be as expensive as David's Bridal if you really wanted to, but at least with the custom sizing, there was no extras for it, which was good. But at the end of the day, it's up to you as the bride what you want to do for your wedding, because it's your special day. What I do recommend doing though is doing a Pinterest board. I think I also said that in my other wedding video. I'll link it in the eye for wedding tips. I personally found that helped me because I think I searched like wedding, lavender, bridesmaids, and there were so many options. Even though we didn't have the wedding with all of them so I could see it in person, we're planning a photo shoot. So that's going to be coming up in the summer. they bought their dresses. Like, we need to like get dressed up, and that way it gives me another reason to wear my wedding dress. So I'm definitely excited. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do with my hair, but anyway, that's another video for another time. Those are some of my tips in order to choose a bridesmaid's dress for your wedding. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about bridesmaid dresses in general, ask them down below and I will answer them as best as I can. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and don't forget to click that subscribe button down below as I post every single Friday. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye!